ايش؟ All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good morning, depending on the location that you are joining us from. Yes, I want to welcome all of you joining us on this evening for our training. Yes. Let me hear if you are able to hear me. Let me know if you are able to hear me. Please give me a 1 in the chat if you are able to hear me. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear my voice. Yes, my voice is not that good. It's not clear. I've got a little bit of some flu, so it sounds a little bit of a bass. Yes, so this is not my normal voice. Pardon me for that. So yes, I'm not a person of excuses, so I have to come and do what I love to do. Okay, so if I'm audible enough, thank you so much. This is Coach Mo joining you from Johannesburg in South Africa. It is a training, so I don't expect you to attend alone if you are a team builder, if you are having a team. I don't expect you to be in this training alone. Let us help you to simplify the work. Yes, let us help you to simplify the work. Bring your team members on this platform. Let them ask questions. Let them ask whatever questions is troubling them. Because on a training, in most cases, after the training, we allow you to ask questions. All right. So let's simplify the work for you. Bring your team members here. Let us help you so that we are able to win together as crypto ambassadors. Okay, so once again, greetings to you and good evening. We are getting started with our training. Tonight, we'll be looking at a strategy that we have been doing. It's not the first time that we have been doing. We are going to repeat unless you are new in the business. Yes, you are new in the business, then this training is going to be new to you. So we are looking at a strategy called the super buy poverty strategy. Yes, the super buy poverty strategy. That's the strategy we'll be looking at tonight. So when we are talking about super buy poverty, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at a capital that is above $1,000. Yes, at least $1,000 and above. This strategy that we are calling it super buy poverty, we are looking at picking one single strategies that we do have already. No. Okay. So I want you to understand this properly. When we are doing this training, this strategy, you shouldn't be excluded if you are having capital that is less than $1,000. No, we are simply saying use the other strategies that are available for your capital. Okay, but for this capital, I mean, for this strategy, it needs someone who wants to expose, yes, $1,000 and above in one single trade. One single trade, $1,000 and above. Okay. All right, so let's get into it. Thank you so much, guys, for the messages. I really appreciate that. All right, so I think your pen and paper is ready so that we are able to do some sort of writing. So I'm going to share my screen and then we get right away into our training. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so I'm starting to share my screen. If you are able to see my screen, please give me a 1 in the chat. If you can see my screen, give me a 1 in the chat. If you can see my screen, give me a 1 in the chat. If my screen is visible, it is displayed, give me a 1 in the chat. Okay. All right, so let's get into our training. Okay, here we are. Here we are. All right, I'm going to use this account for training purposes. Okay, so we are in our Royalq application where we set trades. Okay, so when we come to our Royalq application, there is this feature called the mine feature when you look it from the home page point of view. When you go to your Royalq, you are going to discover that at the bottom here, we do have the homes icon. We do have the strategy where you are able to see the trades that are running. Okay. Here we do have this feature or the icon called cycle. And we do have here the news area where you are able to access news. And we do have here what we call the mine section. All right, so we are going to use the mine section to set our trades or to set our strategy. All right, so let's come together on this section called the mine section. All right, so we are going to set our super buy poverty under the mine section. Don't forget, tonight we are looking at a capital of $1,000. Okay, if you are someone who is able to expose $1,000 capital in one single trade, okay, so this strategy is for you. What are you looking at? If you expose $1,000,
Western dominated world led by the United States, that's.
Let me check who is making noise in the Zoom. I need to help them mute. Okay, all right. Let's proceed. Sorry for that. I think there are people who joined the Zoom without switching off their microphone. Okay, they did not mute. All right, so let's come back here. So we are on the home page. I was emphasizing about the capital, $1,000. This amount of capital, you want to put it in one single trade. Okay, what are you looking at? If you are to collect 3% of $1,000, that's what you are focusing on. When you allow your robot to buy stock of $1,000, it means when it is time to sell this stock, you are going to collect a very good amount of profit from this particular trade because this is $1,000 capital. All right? Yes. I have seen people that are trading with very good amount of capital. All right? They are putting $3,000. They are putting $6,000. They are putting $12,000 in one single trade. And probably they just want 1.5%. They are not looking for much. They just want 1.5% of $12,000. They just want 1.5% of $6,000. Do you understand? You need to have the right mindset. Okay? You should not fight with the market. All right? You must have a strategy. Okay, so $1,000 and above is what we are looking at tonight. So if you are someone who is compounding, you are collecting 3% from every single trade, and probably you are compounding $1,000. That's what you are compounding. All right. So let's get into it. Now, when it comes to the super buy poverty, we are saying, according to the strategy, we are saying we expose out of the $1,000, which is the amount of money that we want to put in one single trade. We want to expose out of this capital, we want to expose 50%. What is this 50% for? The 50% is going to be our first buy-in amount, FBA. All right. First buy-in amount, we want the robot to go to the market first time, collecting 50% of this $1,000. Okay, that is the super buy poverty. I want you to understand this. We are approaching the market, putting in 50% as our first buy-in amount. So if it is a capital of $1,000, it means we are putting in $500 to be our first buy-in amount. The remaining 500, which is aside, it is for our margin calls. In case the market goes against us, we are opening margin calls for $500. Okay? So if you are following, give me a 2 in the chat. I'm saying super buy poverty. We are exposing 50% of our capital to be first buy-in amount. So 50% of a $1,000 capital, it is $500. We are remaining with another 500. This remaining balance, it is the one that we are going to use for margin calls in case the market goes down against us. If you are following so far, I said, please give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat if you are following. If you are following, give me a 2 in the chat. I'm going to allow you to ask questions at the end of this training. All right. I'm going to leave a couple of minutes for you to be able to interact with me through questions. All right. It's only 4 people that are following out of 62 members. Out of 62 members. Oh, okay. I've got a couple of 2s. All right. I see. All right. Okay. Okay. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. All right. So let's go to our Royalq application where we are going to do the settings of the super buy poverty. So I said, let's come here on the mine section. This is feature over here. Okay, let's come here together on the mine section, and then we started doing the settings. When we tap on the mine section, we are looking at this feature here called the My Strategy setting. That's where we are going to set our settings, and we keep them here so that when we are picking a trade or a signal, we just come and apply that strategy instead of starting from scratch. So we're going to tap on My Strategy. When you tap on My Strategy, you are going to see this page. If you don't have any strategy at all, you are going to see the word that says add it now. Okay, you are going to see this word that says add it now. Okay, add it now. It is in blue color. If you don't have any strategy, this page here is empty, and you are going to see the word add it now. So you're gonna tap on the word add it now to create your strategy. But if you do have a strategy, then you're gonna tap on the plus sign here to add another strategy. Royalq is able to allow you to create at least up to 10 strategies. All right, so you can create 10 strategies and save them here. Whenever a signal has been given, you don't need to start from scratch. You come and collect your strategy and you apply it in a trade. All right, so let's get into it. We're gonna tap on the plus sign. When you tap on the plus sign, then you are going to see this page that is going to be the first page after tapping on the plus sign. So we are going to name the strategy. We're gonna give a name to the strategy. Where do you write the name? Under the remark. That's where we are starting. Don't worry about the risk type. It's not important. Okay? It's not important about the risk type, whether it is steady or what, it does not matter, because we are creating our own strategy. We are not using the risk type where we are able to choose. All right, when you tap on the risk type here, you are going to see different types of that risk type. So it's not important. That's why we are not putting our focus there. Okay, so I want you to start with me from this section on the remark where you are going to name the strategy. All right, if you want, you can call it $1,000 trade setting. You can call it $1,000 trade setting. If it is a $500 setting, you call it $500 setting. It depends on you. But this one here, it is called super buy poverty. Okay, it is super buy poverty strategy. Okay, so we have given a name to this strategy. I'm going to jump on the first buy-in amount here. Okay, I'm not going to put in the first buy-in amount. Remember, we said we are going to use an example of $1,000. So I say, when it comes to super buy poverty, we expose 50% of this amount, meaning to say our first buy-in amount here, it is going to be 500. Okay, so what is this first buy-in amount? To those that are new, first buy-in amount means when you instruct your robot to trade for you, it goes to the market to buy. So whenever it goes to the market to buy, it takes part of your capital. Okay, it takes part of your capital that it is going to take to the market first time when you set it up. When it goes to the market, it takes an amount of money first time. That's why it is called first buy-in amount. If you are having $500, for example, and you want the robot to take this amount of money at once, then it means your first buy-in amount is 500. Okay? You are telling the robot, go to the market and use 500 first time. But there is no other money after this one. There is no other capital after this one has been used. There are people who uses this type of trade. They allow the robot to use all their money once on the first buy-in amount, which is not a good approach to the market. Okay? It's not a good approach to the market because you don't control the market. The robot does not control the market. So what will happen if the robot buys first time with your whole amount of money as first buy, and then the market goes down? What are you going to do when the market goes down and you entered here with $500? So it will go down to this level. This is your entry, you entered here. Now the market is here. So the market needs to come down back to you if it is going to rise that way. But it is better to open margin calls so that whenever the market goes down, it buys. So from your point of entry, the market will be going down, and then your robot will be following this trend of going down. At each and every level you set, the bot is going to buy. But I'm going to go into detail when it comes to that. But I want you to know what is the first buy-in amount. The amount of money the robot takes for the first time when you say go and buy. It takes that amount called the first buy-in amount. So the amount is put here on this side. On this button called open position doubled, you don't need to switch it on. It is off. It should be always off. If you try to open this position doubled, it means whenever the robot goes to the market, it is going to double your first buy-in amount. If your first buy-in amount is $20, for example, it means whenever it goes to the market, it will be using $40 at once because you told the robot open position doubled. Okay, so that's what normally happens. That's why we always say make sure this button is off so that the robot does not use your money fast, because it will be doubling your first buy-in amount every time it goes to buy. All right, yes. When it comes to super buy by poverty, the AI margin call should be on. AI margin call should be on. What is AI margin call? This is artificial intelligence margin call. All right. So here we do have what we call margin call limit. All right, so let me explain first the margin call limit so that you understand what is AI margin call. So margin call limit, it means how many times do you want the robot to go to the market to buy for you? Like I said, you are going to send the robot to go and buy stock on your behalf so that it can sell and make profit. So when it goes to the market with your first buying amount, for example, let's say it is $20, okay? So how many times should it go to the market to buy using $20? The number of times that you are sending the robot to go and buy, it is called margin call limit. So what you put this side, it is how many times you are sending the robot to the market. All right? Yes. Now, when you send this robot to the market like 7 times, okay, and it is going to buy this margin code 7 times. Now, we do have what we call AI margin call. So it means your margin call limit, how many times the robot will go to the market, it is going to be controlled by the artificial intelligence. It is the artificial intelligence that is inside the robot that is going to monitor when these margin calls should be bought. Okay? So that's what we call AI margin call. When you switch on this button, you are allowing the buying of margin calls to be controlled by an artificial intelligence that is inside the robot. So the artificial intelligence will decide when it should buy your margin call limit. If there are 7 of them, how often should the robot buy? That's why we are calling it AI margin call. So it is margin calls that are controlled by artificial intelligence. So when you are using AI margin call, there is going to be a delay in terms of when the robot is going to buy your margin calls. Yes, you need to understand this is very important. We are using a robot to trade. So when we switch on the AI, the number of margin calls that are going to be bought, when it comes to how often the robot is going to buy, there is going to be a delay, because the robot is the one that is going to decide. When the market goes down, it will check, is this the right position to buy? For example, I'm using this illustration here. All right. So when the robot buys the first buy-in amount here, at this position. Then the market goes down with 3%. And then according to our setting, we are saying when the market goes down with 3%, please buy for me first time, which is your margin call, your first margin call. So when this 3% has been achieved, the robot is going to assess the AI, the artificial intelligence will assess the 3%. Is it okay? Is this the right position to buy? So when it sees it fit, you are going to find out that the robot is going to buy this margin call over there. But if this 3% is not okay according to the AI, the robot is not going to buy here. As a result, the market will go up, it will continue to go down. Probably it is going to buy when the market reaches here. That is according to artificial intelligence. That's why I'm saying when you use AI, it helps you not to put in your money fast. Okay, because sometimes the market can drop drastically. It can drop very fast. It can drop 10% very fast. Okay, so the AI controls that aspect. If you have understood the artificial intelligence margin call, please give me a 3 in the chat. I have seen people struggling about the margin call and then the AI margin call. People, they get confused between the two. So if you have understood the AI margin call, give me a 3 in the chat. When you switch that button on, what are you saying to your robot? What are you telling your robot? Okay, so don't complain when your robot is taking long to buy. When you switch on the AI margin call button. All right, yes, it helps you, especially when the market is really dropping. It helps you. All right, it helps you a lot. That is the advantage. The disadvantage, it delays to buy. That is the disadvantage. The robot delays to buy. Okay, so you need to know all areas. What are you doing to your robot so that you don't complain for nothing? There are people who likes to complain for nothing, yet they don't know what is going on. Now, let's put in our right setting for the margin call limit. I have already explained what is margin call limit. So we normally use 5 margin calls when it comes to the super buy poverty. Let's come here and talk about whole position take profit ratio. Okay, when you go to the signals, you are going to see that in a signal somewhere it is written TP. Okay, TP stands for take profit according to the signals that are given. So this take profit here, it is the one which is called whole position take profit ratio when it comes to your robot. Okay, so whole position take profit ratio is the one which is referred as TP when it comes to signal. All right, so what is whole position take profit ratio? How much profit do you want when this robot buys and then it goes and sell? You want how much take profit do you want? Okay, yes, how much take profit do you want from the market when this robot buys stock for you and then sells it? That is what we call whole position take profit ratio. So we are using 3%. Our signals, we are providing 3% take profit. So we are going to put our 3%. You can put 3% straight or you can put 3.01. It is still okay. All right? Yes. Now, when you have instructed your robot to give you 3%, this is what normally happens for the robot to sell. okay, for the robot to sell. Let's say the robot has bought the stock. Okay, the robot has gone to the market to use in $500 as first buy-in amount according to the strategy. Now, this is point of entry, okay? Point of entry. When the robot has entered here, which is point A, let's call this point A, all right? So from point A, the market, when it is going up, it might move like this. It will be moving like this, going up in terms of price now. The price is going up, all right? This side, the price is going down. The price is going down. It is moving this way, okay? My drawing may not be perfect. All right, so I just want to illustrate something. So this is $500 point of entry. The robot has entered there with our first buy-in amount, 500 from our initial $1,000. So it has put in 500 here, point A, which is point of entry. That's where the average price is created immediately when the robot buys first time. Now, if it happens that after it has entered here with 500, the market goes to the top, okay? The market rises. Immediately after buying with 500, the market rises. And we have put in 3% as our take profit. So the market goes to the upper side, 3% going up. It means our take profit has been what? Achieved. So here is the level of our 3%. This movement of going up is 3%. Then the market drops a little bit before it continues to go down. All right. So this is equivalent to 3%. The movement of going up is equivalent to 3%, which is our take profit. Now, for the robot to sell and give us this 3%, the market should drop. Can you see this thing here? The market should drop with what we call whole position take profit callback. It means the market is pulled back. The price should pull back with a certain percentage that we're gonna put here. I want you to understand what is a callback. All right, especially when it comes to selling. The robot wants to sell. And what is this callback? The callback is the one that the robot monitors. Once our take profit has been achieved with 3%, the market should drop with a certain percentage. That drop is called a callback in terms of profit. Remember, it is 3% take profit. So from the profit, there should be a callback of this amount that we are going to put over there. So when the market drops with our callback, here at this position here, that's where the robot will execute the real sell. It is not going to sell here where our 3% has been achieved. It will sell here when the price has dropped a little bit with this amount that we put here called a callback. Then after that, the robot will sell here. The market will continue to go up. When it goes up, it makes another callback, then it goes up. When it goes up, it makes another callback, then it continues its journey of going up. So this pullback here, before it continues to go up, it's like it is coming back to gain some strength before it continues its journey of going up. So these pullbacks, they are called take profit callbacks because those are the positions where our robot execute a sell. That's why I said you can put 3.01. so that the pullback, when it is subtracted from your 3%, you are still remaining with the 3%. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Are we together? Give me a yes if we are together. You need to understand how your robot works. Because sometimes you put 3%, when the real sale has taken place, you discover that the robot has given you 2.5%. It has given you 2.7%. It has given you 2.9%. What has happened to the 3%? There was a pullback. There was a pullback when it was time to sell. Yes. Okay, so thank you so much for understanding. Let's proceed. It's very important to understand these things. Now, let's come to distributed and take profit allocation. I'm gonna come back here on margin configuration, but let's come here on buy-in callback. Okay, let's come to buy-in callback. Now, I was giving you this illustration. Okay, I was giving you this illustration of the market going down. The market is going down this way. So our robot entered here with $500. This time around, the market did not go to the top. After entering here with $500, the market came down. Okay, the market moved downward. Now, when the market moved downward, we are instructing our robot, of which I'm going to explain here when it comes to margin configuration. How do you configure the buying of these 5 times when the market is falling? Because our robot buys when the market is falling according to the settings we have provided. All right. Now, here is our entry point with $500. Then the market has gone, the robot has bought 500 with first buying amount. Then the market drops. Now, let's say we have told the robot that after you have bought with 500, allow the market to go down with 3%. I'm using this as an example. From point of entry, after you have bought with 500, buy again only when the market goes down by 3%. So this 3% is what we call a margin call drop. I'm going to explain it here under margin configuration. But I want you to understand, how does the robot buys your margin calls? Now, 3%, the market has gone down. All right. Now, is the robot going to buy here where it has ended the 3%? No. The market should resurrect. It should go a little bit up, which is called a pullback. Okay? But to the upper side. Remember the pullback when we were selling? Yes, there should be another pullback when the market is going down. So when the market goes down, it pulls a little bit back up. Then it continues its journey of going down. Then it pulls a little bit up. Then it continues going down. It pulls up. It continues down. So these pullbacks, we call them buy-in callback. When we set the robot, we are taking advantage of the falling of the price. So when the market drops by 3%, it should resurrect with how much percentage for the robot to buy our margin call. That's what we call a buy-in callback. Are we together? So what you put here as a buy-in callback, it determines how often the robot is going to buy. So if your pullback or your buy-in callback is high, you will discover that this market will go down. It will go up a little bit, but it does not go up according to your pullback. or your callback. If it goes up and this one is not achieved, what is going to happen? The market will continue to go down without buying your margin call here. So it means this figure or this percentage here is high. When the market is dropping and rising, it is not reaching your buy-in callback. So you are going to find out that you are in negative 2%, okay? Or probably you are in negative 5%. Yet the robot did not buy the margin call. But your margin call drop is set at 3%, but you are in negative 5%. Why is the robot not buying your margin call when the price dropped with 3%? Probably it can be your buy-in callback. Maybe it is high. When the market tries to go up, it does not equal to your buy-in callback. Then it continues to go down. It rises up, continues to go down. So that is the buy-in callback. How does the robot monitor and then makes purchases when the price is going down? Buy-in callback. Do you understand what is buy-in callback? If you understand, give me another yes. If you understand, give me another yes. Before we go and put in what is the right percentage of the buy-in callback. If you understand this feature called buy-in callback, give me a yes. All right. So let's proceed. I want us to get done so that we can apply the strategy and pick a trade. So let's put in the recommended buy-in callback, which is 0.01. That is our recommended buy-in callback. The reason why we are making it so small like this, we don't want the robot to struggle, or we don't want the robot to take long to buy. If our margin configuration setting are correct, only the buy-in callback probably is what? Is high. That's why we are putting in 0.01. Okay, let's come and talk about distributed and take profit allocation. So on distributed and take profit allocation, there is also another callback, which is called a subposition take profit callback. So distributed and take profit allocation, it is the take profit. Remember, we do have whole position take profit ratio, okay? And we are having distributed and take profit. There is another profit here. There is another profit here. There is a callback profit. There is a subposition take profit callback as well here. So what am I trying to say? This whole position take profit ratio, it is for margin call number 1 up to 4. If you set your robot, okay, if you set your robot with only 4 margin calls, automatically the robot is going to sell using the take profit you put here. But if you are trading with 5 margin calls, the robot will buy these ones first. When it buys these ones first, these 4 margin calls, when it is time to sell, it will sell these first 4s once. Margin call number 1 up to 4, the robot will sell all of them at once using this take profit. But if there is margin call number 5, there is a take profit special for this margin call number 5. It is called distributed take profit allocation here. That's where the take profit for margin call number 5 is. So if this is a take profit for margin call number 5, remember we were talking about a callback, okay? For this take profit to happen, there should be a callback happening. So for the callback, for the profit for margin call number 5 to take place, there is also a callback again. So the subposition take profit callback here, this one, it is for margin call number 5 going downwards. Let me demonstrate this way so that you understand it better. Let me remove the 5 that we put here. Then I'm going to put 10. I'm putting 10 margin calls there. So we are coming to open on distributed and take profit allocation here. I'm going to tap here. I want you to see what is going to display under distributed and take profit allocation. So when you tap on it, there are subpositions that are displayed. Can you see? 5 subposition, 6 subposition, 7 subposition, up to 10. So when the robot buys, this is a margin call. This is margin call number 5. It is called a subposition. All right. So when the robot buys margin call number 5, and then from the price that it bought this margin call from, it goes up. Okay. There is a take profit alone for this subposition, which is displayed here. By default, we always leave this like this. We don't change it. We don't edit it because we want the robot to sell these ones first. Then it remains with margin call 1 to 4. So we want to collect small percentage, because these ones are subpositions. I'm simply saying when the robot buys margin call number 5, it will sell this margin call alone, separate. If the market drops down and it buys margin call number 6, when it comes to selling, it will sell this margin call number 6 separate with this take profit displayed on this side here. That's why I was saying distributed and take profit allocation. It is take profit for the subpositions that you set on your robot. If you set more than 4 margin calls, the extra 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they have got their own take profit each. And when it is time to sell, the robot will sell all of them differently at their positions. It will sell, if it bought 10 of them, when it is time to sell, it will start selling position number 10, it sells. It comes to position number 9, it sells. Comes position 8, it sells. Like that, like that, like that, like that. Until it comes to margin call 1 to 4, where it is going to sell all these at once using the 3%, which is the main take profit, if I may put it that way. That 3% is the main take profit. Are you following on distributed and take profit allocation? Maybe probably before you respond to that, let me change the margin call limit. I want you to observe. I want you to observe something. I was having 10 margin calls, and you are able to see that these two guys are here. The subposition and then the distributed and take profit allocation. They are here because I am having 10 margin calls. Now I want to reduce. I want to write 4 here. So I want you to see what is going to happen when I put 4 margin calls. I want you to check these ones. If they are going to be available, please give me an answer. If you see these ones available after I put 4, give me an answer in the chat. I am editing the number of margin calls now. I'm putting 4 margin calls. Do we have distributed and take profit allocation and its cousin? Do we have them here? Do we have them here? Do we have the distributed and take profit allocation after I edited from 10 to 4? Do you know the reason why they are not there? The reason is that they don't have work to do. Because margin call number 1 to 4, it is for our whole position take profit ratio. But when we put 5, then those other 2 guys will come. Yes. So that is the difference. That's why you see they are no longer appearing. The moment I put 4 margin calls, they are not here. The moment I put 5 here, they are going to come. Here they are. Now they are here because they have got work. Which work? Margin call number 5. But 1 to 4, it is for this one and this one. And this depends on which strategy mode are you going to trade in. Here, I'm going to explain the strategy, not strategy period, sorry, strategy mode. Okay, it's not here. I'm going to open and you will see it. Right, so let's proceed. I have explained these 2, distributed and take profit allocation. Strategy period, 1 shot, not cycle. What is 1 shot and what is cycle? When you tap here, you are going to see there are 2. Okay, can you see? It has changed to 1 shot. When I tap again, it will write cycle. I tap again, it write 1 shot. I tap again, it writes cycle. So what is 1 shot? 1 shot, it means when the robot buys this trade, okay, buys this coin, and it trade for you, and then it sells, it will never buy again the same coin. It will stop until you pick another coin and you instruct the robot to buy it for you. That is 1 shot. But when you put it in cycle like this, it means when this trade is completed, the robot is going to buy again the same coin. That's why we are calling it cycle. So the robot will be buying, selling, the same coin. But when you put 1 shot, once the trade is closed, the robot stops until you instruct again. So we are trading in 1 shot. Let's edit our subposition take profit ratio to 0.01 again, just like here. All right. Just like here, we did not edit here. We put also 0.01. Okay. Yes. All right. Some they put 0.1. It's okay. Now, let me come back to margin configuration, which is the engine. Also, it contributes a lot on how our margin calls are going to be bought under margin configuration setting. Let's tap on it. Here we are. So when it comes to super buy poverty, we set them like this. Okay, we set them like this. I'm going to explain what is margin call drop, what is multiple buy-in ratio after I have put in the right settings. Okay, that is 0.3, and here we put 0.5. I'm explaining about the super buy poverty. Don't confuse with the signals that comes this way. I'm gonna explain as well. Okay, super buy poverty, these are the settings. These are the settings. But when a signal has been given, they tell you on the drop, they write 15% drop. They write 7% drop. They write 4% drop. What is this? If they give you 15%, you're going to come and then do mathematics. You are going to take, okay, the 15% drop, you divide by number of margin calls, which are 5. So you take 15, you divide by 5. You are going to get 3%. So in that signal, they are simply telling you that you are going to put 3% here, 3% here, 3% here, 3% here, 3% here. It is a total of 15%. If they say 7% drop, you're going to do the same. You divide 7%, divide by number of margin calls, which is 5. If it is 4%, you do the same. 4% divided by number of margin calls, which is 5. What you are going to find as an answer, you are going to allocate per drop, per drop, per drop, per drop. Okay, I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone here. Okay, I'm explaining super buy poverty strategy settings on the margin call drop, as well as the signals. Sometimes you are going to see this in a signal: 15% drop, 4% drop. What are they telling you to do? Take the entire drop divided by number of margin calls. What you get, allocate here on margin call drop. Okay, so what is margin call drop? It is the percentage that the robot monitors before it makes a purchase. I was saying like this. If you remember what I was talking, I was explaining using this. So point of entry is here, $500, first buying amount. Market goes down with 0.2. This is 0.2. Then the market goes up with our buy-in callback. Okay, remember our buy-in callback? Yes, 0.01. The market, the robot buys here. The market goes down again with 0.3. This movement, 0.3. The market goes up 0.01. The robot buys here. The market goes down with 0.5. This movement, 0.5. Okay, it resurrects, it goes up 0.01. The robot buys here, margin call number 3. Like that, like that, like that. So that's what we call margin call drop. So if these settings are not okay, it's either your robot is going to buy fast or it is going to delay. Looking at what you have put here, is this okay? Have you understood the margin call drop? Have you understood the margin call drop? Give me a 4. If you have understood what is margin call drop, give me a 4. Give me a 4. Give me a 4. We are going to end with the multiple buy-in ratio, which is our capital. Which is our capital. All right, thank you. So let me come back here and finish up. So this is the super buy poverty strategy. We set it this way. Okay? We set it this way. 5 times, 5 times. What is multiple buy-in ratio? Multiple buy-in ratio, it is the number of times that you want your robot to buy per layer. The market drops by 0.2. The robot wants to buy margin call number 1. On margin call number 1 alone, how many times the robot should buy using your first buy-in amount? Our first buy-in amount right now, as we speak, it is $500. Okay, this is our first buy-in amount. Now, when the market drops by 0.2, how many times the robot should buy using $500? That's what we call multiple buy-in ratio. So what do you put here? It should tally with your capital. So if it buys 5 times here, it means 5 times 500. I'm using this as an example. I haven't changed our first buy-in amount. It is still 500. So it means 5 times 500. Then you are going to get how much money will be needed for this margin call 1 alone. Here 5 times 500. Here 5 times 500. That's what it means. That's why I'm saying you should be aware what you are putting here, because it is the capital that will be needed for the robot to buy that margin call alone. Yes, if we are to set it that way, that's what it means. So let me ask you a question. If we are to follow this, this is our first buy-in amount, 500. And we are remaining from our $1,000. We are remaining with $500. Is this money sufficient enough for the robot to buy these multiples of 5, 5, 5, 5 using the 500? Is it enough? Give me an answer in the chat. I'm coming to conclusion now. Is it enough? We are working on the capital. Is it enough? Is it enough? Is it enough? It's not enough. So what should we do? This is what we are going to do. Okay? When the robot buys the first time with $500, okay, it will buy first time with $500. We are remaining with a balance of 500. So when you look at this setting here, when we look at this setting here, we are going to change our first buy-in amount 500. We are going to change it to 20 so that it is able to tally with the number of multiple buy-in ratio. What are we saying? When the robot buys the first time with 500, we're going to change the 500. We are going to put $20. We have done calculations that the remaining 500, for the robot to buy 5 times, we need $20 so that this amount is sufficient for our 5 times to buy. So we are going to say 5 times 20. 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 Meaning to say, on each position, the robot will need $100. $100. $100. $100. $100. A total of 500 will be consumed for the 5 margin calls. Are we together? So we have allocated the remaining 500 to the market. If it happens that when the robot enters first time with 500 and the market goes down, when it is going down, we open margin calls. 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 So margin call number 1, it put in $100, which is 5 times 20. Margin call number 2, it put another $100, which is 5 times 20. Here the same. Here the same. Here the same. So our 500 is exposed to the market. That is, if the market goes down, then a total of $1,000 is now in the market. And we are looking at collecting 3%. Okay, yes. So here we are. Let's save this strategy now. We are done. Let's save. Okay. Then we click save. Right. So this is our super buy poverty strategy. Now, let's apply this strategy into a trade. Let's apply this strategy into a what? A trade. Let's come to our WhatsApp group and look for a signal. Let me go to crypto ambassadors. Let me go to crypto ambassadors, especially to the announcement page. I'm looking for a signal so that we can see it. Okay? I'm going to look for this type of a signal. I'm not going to pick this one. Probably let me explain this one. Can you see this one? This is signal over here. It says the drops. Can you see they have given us the drops and number of margin calls? It should buy first call, second call. Okay? Yes, according to this signal. This one is also the same. It says first call, second call. Meaning to say, you are going to trade with 2 margin calls. When the robot buys these margin calls, then it will be looking at selling. There are people who get confusion. How do I set this type of signals? Just follow the instructions. First margin call, this is the drop. Second margin call, this is the drop. Then you remain patient. According to this signal, they are called current price signals. Can you see? They are called current price signals. These are pumping coins. They are telling you do not trade after 2 minutes. Do not enter this signal when you have seen it after 2 minutes after it has been dropped. So this is not what I am talking about. I am looking for this type of a signal over here. Okay? I'm looking for a type of a signal like this one that says preset price. All right? So we are going to use this and use our strategy. Okay? Can you see the drop? I was explaining about the drop. It says 4% drop. So we are not going to use this because we have already set our strategy. So we are going to go and set meme USDT. Then we apply that strategy that we have saved. So here is 0.0121 as our preset price. I'm going to end with this one, 0.012. This is just an example. Let's go to Royalq. 0.012, that's our preset price. Let's get out of here. We come on the home page. We look for a meme. The signal says meme. Okay? The signal says meme. We are looking for a coin called meme. Here it is. Here it is. So we want to set it up. And we want to apply our strategy. We are creating now. Okay, we are creating this. We tap on settings, then we tap on manual create. Then we are here. We don't want to start setting this stuff here. Can you see all these things here? We don't want them. We are having already a strategy that we have saved. So for us to keep time, what do? We apply the strategy. How do we go about it? When you are on this page, listen to me. When you are on this page, I'm concluding now. You come and tap on choose a strategy setting. Okay? You choose a strategy setting. Then when you tap here, okay, can you see where we are? We have landed on my strategy setting. This is our super buy poverty. We want to apply it in meme. We want to apply it in meme. So what do? We just tap anywhere around here. We just tap on the strategy. You just tap like this. See, the strategy is applied. Now what do? We only edit our first buy-in amount, which is 500. We're going to put 500. All right. See, number of margin call limit is still the same. Our take profit is still the same. Everything here is same. We only edit here, and then we choose the strategy mode. Remember, I was talking about strategy mode. Which strategy should you choose? Then you tap on strategy mode. You choose here. You choose sub-bin. Okay. While I'm here, let me kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Whole warehouse mode. When you choose this whole warehouse mode and you are trading with 5 margin calls, when the robot buys these 5 margin calls under whole warehouse, margin call number 5, as I was explaining that it is sold separate. In this case, if the robot buys your margin call number 5 while it is in whole warehouse mode, it will never sell margin call number 5 separate. What is going to happen? The robot will sell all the stock from the warehouse using 1 take profit, which is 3%. I'm simply saying, under whole warehouse mode, the robot uses when it comes to selling, it sells all the margin calls at once. Whether you are having 10 of them, whether you are having 50 of them, whether you are having 999 times of them, the robot will sell all of them at once, because now the whole warehouse needs to be sold at once. That's what it means. But now when you put in sub-bin mode, this is what you are telling the robot to do. When it comes to margin call number 5, when you buy it, sell the margin call number 5, give me back the capital that you have used on margin call number 5 alone. In our setting, the robot is buying 5 times 20. Remember, it is buying 5 times. Our first buying amount is $20. So it means the robot is using $100. So when the robot buys margin call number 5, it is using $100 alone. So it will sell margin call number 5. It gives me $100 back as my capital. But the 1.3%, you remember the 1.3%? Do you remember? This one here. This one here, where is it? This one here, this one. This one. Distributed and take profit allocation. There is 1.3 here. When the robot sells margin call number 5, it will give me this. But it is not going to give me back. It will take this profit back to the market for this margin call number 1 to 4. It will reduce the average price of margin call number 1 to 4. But the capital, the $100, it will give me. That is sub-bin mode. So sub-bin mode will help me to get out of the market fast. Why? Whenever the robot buys the sub-position, it sells and it does not give me the profit back. The profit is helping me for the pulling of the average price of margin call number 1 to 4 to come closer to the current price. Then I get out of the market fast. That is sub-bin mode. Sub-bin mode real-time settlement, it is the opposite of this one. It means when you are trading here, when the robot buys margin call number 5, it is going to give me back my $100 when it has sold. And also, it is going to give me the 1.3% that is sold on margin call number 5, meaning to say, what is 1.3 of $100 stock? So the robot will retain all these two together on sub-bin mode real-time settlement. While on sub-bin, the robot only retains capital without profit. So what am I saying here? I said choose sub-bin mode on the strategy mode. Right. So we are done here. What is left? The signal says preset. Do you remember our preset price? I think it was 0.0121. Okay? If I remember very well. Or probably, let's go back to the signal. Let's come back to the signal here. Okay, where is the preset? It was meme. It was meme. We are concluding now. Yes, I was correct. 0.0121. According to the signal, 0.0121. Let's go and put in the preset price. Then we are done. So we are saving this. We save. Everything is okay now. We click save. We click save. Now, before I tap activate so that the robot can buy, I need to come here and put in the preset price. According to the signal, the preset price is 0.0121. That is the preset. Then I tap sure. So the robot will be monitoring. The robot will be monitoring. But right now, you are going to discover that our current price, this is the current price. Okay? This is the current price. The current price is higher than the preset price. This is 0.013. This is 0.012. So if we set like this, the robot will be waiting for this price to come down to this price. It should come down. It is gonna only buy when this price changes to this one. The robot will buy. If this price does not come down here, this trade is not going to be picked by the robot. What is going to happen? I'm not gonna lose anything. I'm going to cancel this trade and pick a new one because the robot did not buy. So when I click activate, okay, when I click activate, the robot will be waiting. It will be in a waiting mode for this current price here to come down to this one. Then the robot will be able to buy. That's what it means preset. You are telling the robot, don't buy at the current price. Buy at a cheaper price than the current price. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? So we are done. That's how you apply the strategy that you have saved. It saves you time. Now, okay, I have left one thing here. Let me come back. I have left one thing. When my robot buys first time using my $500, I'm gonna come back and tap trade setting. I change the 500, I put 20, so that the remaining 500 is sufficient enough for my 5 margin calls. Okay, so once the robot buys the first time, then I will come and tap on trade setting. I change this 500, I put in now 20. Then I save again. Then the robot picks the new settings of $20. Then I leave it like that. Then the robot now will be buying my margin calls if the price drops. If the price does not drop, there is already $500 that was used the first time as first buying amount. So I'll be looking at this because the market did not go down to put in the other 500. It only buy first time with 500. So I'll be looking to collect 3% out of 500 stock. Questions, ladies and gentlemen. Questions. Let me come to Zoom. Questions. Questions now. Anyone with questions? You can raise your hand. I'm going to allow you to unmute. Then you ask your question. Or either you come in the chat, you type your question. You come in the chat, you type your question. Yes, AI margin call should remain on. Like I said in the beginning, AI margin call should remain on. Okay? Use AI margin call should be on. If you don't like it, I know there are people who said, no, I want my robot to buy fast. You can go and switch off. Alex, what are you doing now? You are disturbing the class. Okay, I was talking about people who does not like the delay. Okay, there are people who does not like the delay of the buying of the margin calls. This is what I'm gonna recommend to you. Let me share my screen again. Because there are people who said, I want my robot to put in some good money before the market starts to go up. Please mute yourself unless I allow you to unmute. Discipline needed somewhere here. Discipline is needed somewhere here. Okay. Let me just allow everyone to mute. Okay. So I was explaining here. Let me come back here. I was saying there are people who does not like the delay of the buying of margin calls. So this is what I'm gonna recommend to you. Okay. When the robot buys the first time with $500, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening here? What's happening? What's happening here? There are people disturbing the class. Yeah, where are you from? Okay, all right. That's a small disturbance. Don't worry. Okay, yeah. I was saying, those people who does not like the delay of the buying of margin calls, this is what I'm recommending to you. When the robot buys the first time with your first buying amount, in this case, this is $500, right? It buys the first time with 500, right? Then you come and edit the 500, you put back to 20. When you are doing this, the AI margin call is on. Please listen to me. Because if you make a mistake, the time you come and edit your 500 to be 20, the market has already dropped by 0.2. Then the robot is going to buy again margin call number 1 using 500 because you did not edit yet. So when you are doing this, make sure your AI margin call is on. Otherwise, you're going to be very sorry for yourself. I know there are people here who experienced this. They did not switch on the AI when they were changing. The time they were coming to edit and remove the 500 to put 20, the robot has already bought. And now the capital is gone. The capital is gone for the margin calls. Yes, you learn through mistakes. So I'm saying, when you are doing this, please, AI margin call should be what? On. Okay? Now, after you have finished editing now, from 500 to 20, now you can come and off your AI margin call. You come and put it off. When you put it off like this, you save, okay? You save, then you switch off the AI margin call. When you switch off the AI margin call, please monitor. What do I mean monitor? You need to monitor here. Let your robot buy in probably margin call number 1 while you're monitoring. AI is off now. This time AI is off. And you have already changed it to your second buy-in amount, which is $20. So you monitor. The market drops by 0.2, the robot buys. It drops by 0.3, the robot buys. It drops by 0.25, the robot buys. Then maybe from 1 and this other one, which is margin call number 4 and 5, you can come back and switch on the AI. Okay? You can come back after the robot has bought 1, 2, 3. This is already $300. Okay? So 300 plus your first buy-in amount 500, you are already $800 in the market. Am I correct? So you can now come and then switch on your AI because now at least good money is in. You are looking at the robot putting in some good money to buy enough stock. So $800 is already in. Then you can switch on the AI so that the AI is used for margin call number 4 and then 5. Do you understand? If you are a busy person, don't do this. You're gonna be sorry. If you are a busy person, please don't do this. You are going to be very sorry for yourself. Only if you've got time to monitor. Okay, so if you are a busy person, please trade on always with AI. But if you are someone who says, no, I want the robot to put in some good money, then change your first buying amount first while the AI is on. After changing, then you can come and switch it off. After switching off, monitor. Margin call number 1 is bought. Margin call number 2 is bought. Margin call number 3 is bought at least. Then after, come back and switch it on again. Then the robot is going to use it to buy margin call number 4 up to 5 using the AI now, because you don't want the delay, because you know if the robot does not buy enough stock, it means you're going to get small profit. The robot will give you profit according to what was bought. So you don't want that. Is that a fair deal? Is that a fair deal? Give me a yes if I'm giving you a fair deal. If I'm giving you a fair deal, give me a yes. If I'm giving you a fair deal, give me a yes. Is it a must for the distributed and take profit to be less than? The reason why we are using the default settings of the distributed and take profit allocation, the idea behind is, if you are to put, for example, let me share my screen here on the distributed and take profit allocation. If you decided to edit this, you edit this, then you put another 3% here. For example, you put 3% there. What is going to happen? The robot is going to delay because you want to collect 3% here on margin call number 5. You want 3%. And then here also you want 3%. What is going to happen? Your waiting period in the market is going to take long. Do you understand? Because for the robot to sell margin call number 5, you want 3% to take profit. And this is an independent call. When it sells this one, probably the market can drop again. It buys again the same margin call. So it will be taking time for the robot to sell the sub-sell. That's why we are saying leave the 1.3, or probably you can even put 1.2, so that the robot buys, sells, buys, sells. It is easy for the market to go up down this way. This one can be achieved quicker. The same like people who are having a trading strategy. They are trading with $5,000 in one single trade, and they are collecting 1.5%. They don't stay long in the market because this one can be easily achieved than the 3%. Do you understand that? Or have you ever seen? Sometimes the market will go up. You see your profit is rising. When you check your take profit, it is 1.5. You are saying, aha, we are waiting for 2%. Before it gets to 2%, it drops again to 1%. While you are watching, then you'll be like, I was supposed to sell manually when it was 2%. So that's what we are saying here. Why are we still using 1.3 on distributed? If you want to change it. But I'm telling you what is going to happen. You are going to sleep in the market forever because you want 3% here, you want 3% here. Did I answer your question? Someone who was asking, is it a must? that we should leave, or we should do the distributed and take profit allocation should always be less than the many take profit. That is the reason why we are putting that one there. If you take more take profit, waiting period is longer. What happens? Okay, where am I? Let me come back here. There were some questions here. No, Casca. What do you do to the AI margin call and the other margin call? The other button, this button here, should always be on. Please understand me. This button, this one, it should always be on. This button should always be on. This one. Don't switch off this button here. If you switch off this button, there is no buying of your margin call. So this one is the one that stays on always. The one that you can play around with, switching on and off, is this one, the AI. But this other button should always be on, because it's the one that makes the robot to buy your margin call. So if it is off, there is no buying of your margin call. Casca, is that okay? Did I answer your question? Did I answer your question? Let me go back to the questions again. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Casca. The next question, how to know my first buy 500 is bought? This is 1+. Okay, when you click start, here, how are you going to know that your first buying amount has been purchased, or the first buy has been done? Then you can come and edit. Immediately when you buy, when you click activate, and then let's say that you are buying at current price, the moment the robot buys, it is going to send you a message here. It sends you a message. There is this button here. It sends you a message right here. Can you see this bell here? 1+. There is a bell here. There are messages here that shows you that the robot has bought. Or either the other way, you come and tap on strategy. When you come and tap on strategy, you are going to see the coin that has been bought. It will appear on strategy. Then you can come and tap on the coin, you open it, then you edit your first buy-in amount. If you don't see a message here, because sometimes there can be a delay in the sending of the message or the notification, just come and tap on strategy. You are going to see the coin that you have just bought. Then you can come and edit your first buying amount. Did I answer your question? 1+? 1+, did I answer your question? Let me come back. Okay, someone is asking what should be the minimum capital for this strategy. I said it's $1,000 and above. This strategy is for $1,000 and above. If your money is below that, use the other strategies like bull run, start small, win big. All right, but this one is for $1,000 and above. What if you find the coin on profit above 3%? You can sell manually. Our robot has got a sell button. You can sell manually and collect. Even if you don't want the 3%, it is 1.3, it is taking long. You can sell manually. Yes, that's why Royalq gave us the manual and the sell button, the manual buy and the manual sell. Okay. How to know the drop and take profit. The drop is given in the signal. Annually, the drop is given in the signal. Here is the drop. Okay. Whenever you are picking a signal, there is a drop provided. Here is the drop. Okay. If you are following the signals, here is the drop. Can you see? This signal, it says 4% drop. This one, it says 15% drop. And here it says 3% take profit. Okay. Here also it says 3% take profit. 3% take profit. 15% drop. So everything is in the signal. If you are to follow this, you are going to set your trade according to this. But if you are following super buy poverty strategy, you don't follow this drop. You follow the settings of the super buy poverty strategy. That's what I'm saying. Did I answer your question, Anneli? Did I answer your question, Anneli? Okay. What is the next question? Yes, this signal works for every signal. If you want, remember, the idea is you want to expose $1,000 in one single trade. So when a signal is provided, you can use that signal, but you use the settings of buy poverty, super buy poverty setting. So the strategy works for every signal. What I off margin call after third or fourth buy? Peter, it is still okay. What I was simply saying is, you want to use the AI to buy margin call number 4 and 5. But if you can monitor that the robot should buy third and fourth, then after that you switch on the AI, it is still okay. What matters is how much capital do you want to expose using the margin call drops without AI? Because remember, the idea is you want your robot to buy fast. That's why you are monitoring the buying of the margin calls. Are we together, Peter? So there is no problem. If you want your robot to buy margin call 1 up to 4 while you are monitoring, it's okay. There is no problem there. Fiona, you are new. You are new. Okay, you need some help. I don't know how much capital you are trading with, Fiona. But if you have been in the week for some time, we needed to look at your, okay, I'm checking here. 1, 2, 3. Fiona, how much capital are you trading with? I think you are over trading. Okay, you need to get some help on the trading strategy, your method of trading.
Thank you, sir. Actually, I'm not even sure how much I'm trading because when the market held in the other trades, the signals that I placed in, I kept on adding. If I used close to 700 USD.
Okay, you needed guidance on how to trade. You don't need to pick so many trades. Okay. We need to look into your settings. Which strategy setting are you using in the trades?
Buy small, win big.
Oh, okay. They advised you to use start small and win big.
Something like that.
Okay. All right. That's
So
okay.
when I got stuck into the market, I thought I should add in more capital. I kept on adding for like 4 days. I kept on adding, but there's not been any change. I'm wondering if I could get some help.
You were adding in all the trades or in one single trade?
I was adding. I'm not sure how they add. What I've been doing is I put the capital on Binance, then I transfer it from, is it something to Spot Wallet? So in my thinking, I thought when you put on Spot Wallet, then you the market. I'm not very sure.
Okay, all right. Let's do this, Fiona. I'm going to drop my number straight to you directly. Please contact me so that we can look into your trades. Is that okay?
Thank you so much.
So that I can help you. Yeah. Because if we are to do that here, we are going to take a lot of time. So I'm willing to help you so that we look into your settings and your trades. You don't need to complain. You don't need to worry. There is no issue. This is what we call spot market. We trade in the spot market. So you've got nothing to lose. We just need a better strategy to that. Okay. So I'm going to drop you my number straight to you. Then I allow you to chat me up. Okay, let me do this so that we save time. What is the next question? Let me check. Okay, done. Let me check the next question. Coach, would you advise? Okay, Fiona, you can switch off your microphone. Switch it off. Mute. Oh, it's not Fiona. Okay. Okay, I'm answering the other question. It says, I think this is Ronald. Would you advise to change of strategy during the trade? Yes, you can change the strategy while the robot is trading. You can change your strategy while the robot is trading. It depends on which strategy mode are you trading in. If your robot has bought 5 margin calls under whole warehouse mode, you cannot change the strategy. But if it has bought only 4 times, you can change from warehouse to any other mode. Okay, is that okay, Ronald? Show us the button to sell manually. This is Musisi. Musisi, here is the button. This is where you go and sell manually. Here is the button. Here is the button. I think I do have a coin here. Let me show you. I do have a coin. Where are the trades? Okay. Can you see here? If I want to sell manually here, I can click here. If I want to buy manually, I can click there. So these are the buttons. So when you see your take profit here is enough, let's say you put 3%, then you said, no, I can collect the 1.3, 1.5 is fine. You come and tap sell. Okay, that's where you do. Musisi, is that okay?
Yes, thank
Is
you.
that okay? Okay, all right. Okay, VK, I think I have also responded to that. You were asking the same question. How can I sell manually after collecting some profit? Okay, all right. You can tap on that. Okay, how can I stop floating loss? You cannot stop floating loss, but you can minimize it by opening more margin calls, adding capital. Shamim, you cannot stop floating loss, but you can minimize it by adding capital and open margin calls on that particular coin. That is the way to go, or either you remain patient. Okay, floating loss is part of the business. Floating loss is part of the business. Okay, what other question that I did not tackle? I would like to be added to that group. Which group, Dr. John? Which group are you? Are you not in Crypto Ambassadors group? Dr. John, you should be in Crypto Ambassadors group. So which group are you talking about, Dr. John, that you should be added to? You are already a Crypto Ambassadors member, isn't it? Is Dr. John here? Okay. All right, guys, I think I have exhausted the questions. Allow me to end the Zoom here, and then we call it a night. Yes, we call it a night. Oh, someone is still. Martin, why are you unmuting yourself? I didn't allow you to mute. Why are you unmuting yourself? Who is this? Okay, I'm looking for. Who is this? This is Anit. Is this Anit Mita? Is it Anit Mita? Okay, there you go. Anit Mita, there you go. Yeah. Check your inbox, Anit Mita. We are done. Okay, so guys, I hope you have learned something. So I wish you a lovely night. It's already late. 3 minutes to 10. It should be 3 minutes to 11 in Uganda. Yes. May you have a blessed night. Thank you for attending. Yes. Is someone having a question? Okay. All right. So guys, all the best. Blessed night. Take care. Trade with caution. Don't be greedy. Don't chase pumping coins. They're gonna cut your legs. Don't chase pumping coins. They're gonna cut your legs. Okay? So be patient with the trades. They're gonna deliver. All right. So let's meet again tomorrow. Same platform, same time, different Zoom. Yes, when I say different Zoom, I'm talking about what is going to be discussed. It is going to be different from what we were discussing today. Yes, so tomorrow, Thursday, is a business presentation. In the morning is team building. Early in the morning is technical analysis. Yes, that's the schedule of the Zoom. Bye-bye, everybody. Be safe. We love you all. Bye-bye.